Alright, we just came down the shaft there. You can see the decline coming down here. Just got a bunch of calcite here in front of me. I'm at the first drift level, which runs off in that direction. And then you can see there's a bunch of stopes over there that daylight to the surface. And the decline keeps running down there. That light down there is my buddy. I think we're going to shoot down to the bottom first and see how that looks, and then I'll cover this side drift and anything else interesting over there on the way out. There's my buddy making his way down to the bottom here with me, and we have indeed arrived at the bottom, but never fear, because there's a drift level running off this way. I just stuck my head back there to make sure it was worth him coming down for, and there's a bunch of stuff back there, so I'll head over to where he is and pick up from there. Oh, and just trying to give you a look. This is weird. It gets steep and then kind of flat, steep and then kind of flat coming down. But past a number of drift levels on the way down. So I'm going to start from the bottom up on this one. And of course, like I said, starting with this one here. Alright, I was just over there and have started my way down the drift here. And almost immediately we've come to another decline. See an air tank there and decline running down there. My buddy is down there checking that out, see if it's worth going down there or not. The rail runs up and points towards this stope up here, which seems to end just over there. Drift keeps running that way, and like I said, he's down there checking things out now. We'll go down this drift and then come back and check in with him. It's nice having all the rail down here. Oh, okay, well it's a short drift, so that leaves decline for us to go check out. So looks like we're heading down there. Alright, I just dropped down the decline from up there. You can see this is a stope chamber down here with some really bad ground fall here in front of me. You see the size of these slabs that came down. Not the kind of place I'd want to camp for sure. Looks fairly fresh too. It all broke off from that slab right there, the larger slab right there. The stuff broke off. So I'm not going to hang out here too long. Keeps dropping down beneath me here. You can see the rails going down there too. So I am going to head down there and scope that out. Alright, just squeeze my way down there, bit of a tight fit. See the rails run down here, and we hit a face of sorts right here, but then takes a sharp, I think it's an ore pass, sharp jog down to the right, and a lot of fresh air blowing out of there. I'll go stick the camera in there in a second. You'll hear all the air blowing out. Unfortunately, I can't get down there because that's vertical and that's a long way down, but I would be curious to know where that empties out. It keeps dropping down that way, but yeah, like I said, don't know where to get down there. I just came up from down there. That's the where the bottom drift level and that additional decline we just checked out were, and so now I'm at the second drift level from the bottom here, which runs off that way, and standing in the shaft right now, and you can see it keeps running up that way. and there are plenty of additional levels up there. So we're on this one now though, so let's go see this one. You can see the track running off in here, and looks like a skip car right there. Check that in just a second. The Stope running up here, which probably connects to some of those upper levels we passed on the way in. That on the left here drops down to the decline right there. Just climbed up there. Skip car. Old shovel next to the skip car too. Bent up old shovel. Yep, that shovel has seen some abuse. And actually the skip car has seen some abuse as well. That's pretty cool though, seeing that here. Looks like the Adit might, or excuse me, the drift might stop here. Yeah, that's it. Looks like it connects to the Stopes up here. Yeah. So they would drop ore, waste rock down here in this little pocket I'm in. See the ventilation pipe right there. They drop the ore and waste rock here, take it out on the rail, and then dump it into the skip car probably. It would get hauled up and out. You can see where it would attach a cable right there, and they would just haul it out one load at a time. It would have taken them a long time to dig out everything here. See if the wheels are still on. Looks like the wheels have been removed. Alright, we just finished checking out this drift level, back where that skip car is, and now I will continue making my way up the decline toward the surface, and I'll stop at the next drift level. Alright, just climbed up from down there. If you look carefully, you can still see those rails sticking out where we jumped off into the last drift level. I've made my way up to where there's some stuff taken off on the right, and also the left, probably just Stopes, but I'll check just to be sure. And yeah, there's the decline headed out. Let's head off to the right here. Alright, well that's going to be short. Just a rubble-filled Stope right there. We just looked over on that side there. There's the decline there, the point of reference. And now I'm going to check out this drift, which just stops right here. Alright, well, that's going short and easy. I'll keep on heading up and stop at the next spot where drifts take off. Alright, I continue to make my way up the decline, coming from that direction, and I've come into a Stope chamber off on the right here, and you can see it runs off there. Go check that in just a minute. Also over the top of the decline there. And then do you remember that that rubble-filled Stope we saw on the right before? This is the top of that. In other words, that's where all that cave material is, down there. Looks like some kind of classifier right there. Let's just go look in here real quickly. Looks like they backfilled that little space there. Okay, it's just a bunch of stoping here. So, head back and keep making my way up the decline. Next level up, we just came from down there. I've got something running off to our left there. The decline continues up there, where that's an ore chute right there, and some rotten timbers, and it's just all Stopes back here. Stopes filled with rubble, so I'm not even going to bother going back there, but I will go see where this drift runs to. It may not be very far if it's anything like the others, but one must always check these things. There's like some blast sheets right there to protect the tracks and help make mucking easier. Our tracks back here. Okay, see, I'm glad I went back here. It goes farther than the others did. It's twisting its way back here. Really, really short in here. It is not comfortable to walk through because I'm bent all the way over. Now I may not go a long way, but I went a little bit farther than the others. A little stoping action here, and that's it. That is it. So, you're probably getting used to this line now. I'll keep heading my way up, and I'll meet you at the next level. A little bit farther up the decline now, which runs up that way. Just want to show you a better view of that ore chute that fills that space there. And you can see there's some stopes filled in with waste rock running down there. Kind of cool colors on the that's they call that the back. Most people call it the top, but miners have their own language. They call that the back. And there's also a look down into those stopes I showed you a minute ago that were filled with rubble and that I declined to visit. So you didn't miss anything. So, as before, I'm going to keep heading up and let's see you at the next level. We're getting there. That's looking down on that ore chute we saw from below a minute ago. You can see I passed some more stope chambers on the left, and now I didn't see that before. See the roller right there? That's so the, well, I'll explain in a second. You'll notice that the decline curves here. It's not going straight. It bends here and heads out that way, which is pretty unusual to see. And to deal with that, they had to put rollers like that one there and that one there for the cable to run over, so the cable wouldn't bite into the side of the decline, which would fray the cable and also would cause, potentially destabilize the decline if it happened too much. But mainly you wanted to save the cable. So that's what those rollers are for. And you won't, trust me, you will not see many curved declines like that. You also notice, see all those dots on the timber right there? That's tracking the loads they brought up, loads of ore they brought up. And you've got, that's all stope chamber over there. You've been seeing that all the way up. Same there. Over on my right, another shot of that curved decline. Got some more stoping up there, some barrels right there. You've got some track and bits of wood and stuff tossed over there, and something running off that way. So we're gonna go check that out. Looks like this may have been the top of a fairly large stope at one point that's now been filled with waste rock and rubble, because it looks like something was dropping down that way at one time. And this, I can't tell if that stops right there or not. We're going to find it together. Pretty big block of wood there on the ground. Alright, doesn't stop immediately, but it does stop shortly after. So I'll keep heading up and see you at the next level. Alright, almost back where we started. That's where I first shot video right there. And there's a little thing going off to our left here, right on the way down. It's probably nothing, but you know, you always have to check, because this is stuff you don't check out that usually ends up being really big in my experience. There's a piece of equipment back here. Looks like a series of stope chambers running up there. This, my left, drops down to some of those other areas. This is all these stopes are connected pretty much, and that's what you're seeing here. Pretty much the top where all the stopes start, and I suspect the same is true of this over here. Oh, actually that keeps going. I think that might be the face. I'll go check in just a second. Just wanted to point the camera up here real quickly. See, that's stoped out there, and then that looks through a piece of wood on the side of the decline, so that's where the decline is right there. And just gonna check down here real quickly, just to be sure. Probably the face right there, but yeah, looked like it might have gone off to the right a little bit, but it didn't. That's the face. So as far as I know, we just have that one last drift level remaining, the one that branched off to the left from where I first started shooting. So I'll pick up there. Alright, there's daylight right there. That's the top where we came in, and that is the decline. We've been slowly but surely making our way up, and now at last we're at that last drift level to check out. You see, I think I mentioned the stopes from up to daylight right there. Can't remember if I said that in the beginning or not. And little drift level that runs back this way with a lot of groundfall, or not groundfall, I mean, but stuff that's come in from above, which isn't much fun to climb over. But yeah, all stopes. These would qualify as open stopes since they run all the way to the surface. This is gonna be slow getting through here just because it's so much stuff on the ground. Actually, at least this might be a bit of groundfall here. I don't see a stope connected to that. But there is a stope running down there, which connects to those other stopes that we saw farther down. And then there's a rail back here. There's a pipe right there. More stoping. Interesting lines in the rock right there. I'm just walking through a series of stopes. I can hardly even call this a drift. Got a little bit of material here. And again, that may have run down at one time, like on that level below. But it's completely filled in now. And it appears we've hit the face here. And a little tiny stope here. Alright, I'm going to call this one done.